Hello, hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry, so glad you could join us. People
Yeah,
are
thanks
walking
for
in.
this.
Hi, Cindy and Barbara. Gumnut Lane is Linda. If you've never watched any of her videos, she makes amazing links, and she's from Australia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so she's cool. Yeah. Um, she's like, hello, hello. I think I forgot to put my phone on record mode.
Debbie. Glad you made it.
Yup.
Hi, Debbie.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Yeah, I'm curious to see like how many of our like people are on the same like thing, but you've been at this a lot longer than I have. So we'll give the other people a couple more minutes to come in. Just wanted to say hello to everybody. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, especially if you're as excited for week one of the NFL as I am, then yeah.
I am not a fan. If I had
Yeah,
to, it would be the Browns, but that's also something discouraging in and of itself. So,
right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I'm lucky. The game ended at like 4:35, so I was like, I cannot miss the end of the game. Come on. Of course, the 1 week, but yeah.
hi, everybody.
Oh,
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Angel. Hi, Kotisha. I'm seeing like all the my friends who are in my lives usually. So,
yeah. And Miranda, Cynthia, Tammy. We've got a couple overlaps. Seems. Hello, beautiful ladies. Hi. Hello, yourself. So, for those of you who have not caught one of my lives before, what we do is we just go through and I get to interview Brittany and learn about her jewelry journey, how she got started, and how then where she is today. And then if we have time at the end, then she can demonstrate a little something something. So, Brittany, how did you get started in jewelry?
I think a lot of my followers know this, but I started when I was a real baby. My grandma gave me this like 1,000 piece plastic bead kit, and it was like, what do you mean? What is this? And of course, my parents hated it, but I loved it because they were all over their house. But I was like 8 years old, I think. So I've been doing it for like 30, over 30 years. And I'm obsessed as I am now, or as I was today, that day, today. So I just live, breathe, eat, sleep beads and jewelry making.
Your color combinations have opened up my world as
Like,
far as jewelries go because you are very good at putting colors together that I don't think all of us would necessarily like lean to. And then I see it on your channel and I'm like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think to put those things together? And you also introduced me to African beads and things of that nature. And like we were discussing, I learned about Bernie from one of your older videos. So that's how that all started. But how when did you start on YouTube?
um, I've had my YouTube account forever, but then I decided so there's like before YouTube and after YouTube. So I want to do a story about this. So like
All right,
I was
cool.
living in Ohio for most of my life and I was like, I can do what they're doing. And I was just like, oh, but I don't know how to do it. So I was like, set up the account. I told my brother, I was like, I really want to do this. He's like, okay, we can figure it out. Of course, we never figured it out because he was busy with his kids and stuff. And then I moved to Arizona in 2018. And
There we
then
go.
and then 2019, I was like, let's just do an unboxing or something with Bargain Bee Box. So I was like, okay, uploaded it. I don't even know, maybe 100 people watched it. I was like shocked. And then I was just like, okay, we'll just keep doing this. Mind you, I have a 40-hour a week day job. I'm in insurance. And I had just moved to Arizona and I was like, got a promotion here and was doing all that. But I was like, no friends, no family here yet. So I said, let's just start doing YouTube. And that's how it started. I think it was in the middle of 2019, end of 2019. And then the pandemic hit and we were all in the house. And I suddenly had a lot of time on my hands and I was trying not to
Right.
go crazy. So I was doing videos all the time, making jewelry and things. And that's when it took off because a lot of other people were stuck in their homes too. And
Right.
they wanted stuff to do. And so we started this channel, or the channel took off. And I don't remember exactly when I started my Brittany's Beads group, but it was probably sometime late 2020, early 2021. And that took off too. So that's the, and then we just kind of grown from there. And I can't wait to see where it goes. I really can't. It's been 5 or 6 years.
Awesome. I know. And just to see your growth from like your early videos, I think I've seen just about every one of them. But from like your early videos to now, your like I was saying, your color collection and the way you put things together is so beautiful. It's masterful. I love it. One of my favorite things is that the fact that of all the bead boxes you unbox, your, and I'm not gonna be able to think of the name. The not dollar bead box, not bargain bead box, the other one that's like $20.
There's
Oh my goodness.
curated.
Yes,
There's
that. You you always are immediately struck with inspiration during that box, and you do the unboxing and you go right into designing. So I'm a little curious on how why that one tends to like strike with you more than other, because just because they're more humble beads. So I think that it would help some of the newer designers learn that, it doesn't have to be gemstones. It doesn't have to be,
yeah.
you take humble beads and turn them into things I wouldn't have
I
thought to
would say
do.
more consistent with that one because it's easier. But the thing is, I have all these ideas. Okay, so we got this brain that won't shut up all the time. She is going constantly with ideas on jewelry because, like, I'm surrounded by beads. You can't see any beads like in front of me right now, but it's a hot mess. So I'm surrounded by them all the time. Yeah, that's organized. This is pure
Oh,
trash around me.
oh,
But
it's a work in progress. I also have like four of the like things that nail techs use to like
uh,
stack their stuff. Yeah, I have five of those that have little baby jars on them. So
yeah.
yeah.
But it's that one. I think the ideas I get with that one are a little bit more simple, so they're easier to um, put into motion. Now I get just as many or more ideas from Sam's Bead Box, which is my favorite bead box.
Absolutely.
Magical Mystery Bead Box, Bargain Bead Box. Those are the four that I have. I've turned down other boxes because I think four is the most I can even think about doing. But
Right.
it it it's just probably the one that's the easiest to start going into. It's not that I love it more. Let's say, obviously, I just said Sam's Bead Box is my favorite, but
Right.
yeah, this is most consistent, and they do sponsor. All of them sponsor me in some way or another. So
Yeah.
I try and put out content for them.
You make beautiful stuff with all of them. That one just seems to like, as you're opening it and going through it, you're like, oh, you could do this with this, and like and so I just think I thought it was important to like let people know that even if you are on the even if you are just starting, don't have a stash, whatever, it doesn't mean that you
Yeah,
can't make beautiful items with humble beads. So Sassy Pants said, did you hoard beads since age 8?
not since 8. I mean, I can always remember having some in some way, and I liked buttons a lot too. I collected them, and that was my first word apparently. But I once I hit like 13 to 15 is when I really started to get into beads, and then I stopped for a very long time. There was a lot going on, as a teenager anyway. From like 15 to like 26, I would say I didn't really touch beads and I kind of forgot about it. I switched over to paper crafts for a while. And then took up my life. And then when I graduated college in 2009, I was like, I don't want to get a job. So I'm just going to start making jewelry. And I started selling jewelry on Etsy and it went really well. And then Etsy changed like the way that they did a lot of stuff. And it wasn't to the advantage of sellers, unfortunately. And that was 2012. And then I was like, oh, I need health insurance too. So I went and got a job. And then it kind of like went on the back burner again, but I was always involved with it. and still buying beads. I wasn't really doing anything. But then 2019, like I said, it kind of just bloomed again. I was like, I want to teach. I want to do these things. I want to have big, like, I don't want to have a big channel, but I want to be doing something with beads. And it's just like a new thing comes up all the time. And I just love that about this community.
And it's great. Yes, it doesn't matter if you're new, old, whatever, everybody, you know, young, old, whatever, you can pick it up at any age and still learn quite a bit. They are saying they love the polymer clay beads you make, which I do as well. When did you start making your own beads?
And like the same time I started, it was after I moved to Arizona when I really got into polymer clay. And I think during the pandemic is when I really started like playing with it, learning more. So probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, girl, I'm gonna put you on the screen because I need to see that ring up close.
Oh, this one.
Oh my
So I
God.
just got this in Tucson. I actually had another one in my bead shop, but it sold. But there are a bunch of rings right now in the bead shop, and not as many as there were earlier in the week. But and I'm going to add more. I'm going out of town tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to add them right now, but I'm going to probably add them next weekend.
That'll be awesome. Yes, you can get, she makes her polymer clay, so they're just wondering, like, what made you want to start?
Because I love beads and like making more in the way that I want to. That was super cool. Yeah. And like I don't have enough hours in the day to try all of the things that I want to try. So,
Right.
but there's always something that you can do. And I did buy a kiln at the end of last year, and I still haven't like even had time to learn how to use it or make anything. So I'm making that a goal in 2026 to really get into more ceramic beads.
And then how did the Zuni bears capture your heart? Because I know those like hold a special place. I haven't seen you do like a line or a posting where one is not, it's not highlighted in them. They're beautiful. The way you change the way that they are, you take that humble bead and that humble like shape and you just highlight it like I've never seen before.
You know, I don't know why that one called to me more than pretty much any other shape, because you know I love animals. I love elephants and giraffes the most, but that Zuni bear shape, there's something about like his little back, and it just makes me think of nature and like the planet, like specifically the planet, and like things like how I, you know, want to take care of things. And I actually had one, but I didn't bring it in here. And it was one that I made in 2020, and it's a like an Aurora Borealis one, and it goes like it's all clay. It's not painted. It has like a glitter clay with the green and the purple streaks at the top that look like the Aurora Borealis. And I was looking at that the other day. I was like, this is cool. I need to make a new version of it, I think, to sell. But
Absolutely, please do so.
time is a hindrance.
Right? Yeah. Hi Diana and Holly. So glad you guys are able to join in on us. I'll just let you guys, for those who haven't heard of me before, Beading Besties is a show that I put together. I also created a Facebook group on where nobody owns it. We have an admin team. So those who don't have time to host a Facebook group of their own or whatever else, they do it there. Like Becky Foster and her sister Jenny and different. Maisha uses it, so I think she does have her own Facebook group. But and you can share anything you want there. You can share pieces you want to sell. You can share videos, your YouTube channel, there are no restrictions. There's one, and that's just that the talk of payment and price happen in Messenger, not in the group. But other than that, you can post whatever you want. I want them to be able to feel, I want everybody to feel like they're part of a community. And there's also a group chat set up for every single state and US territories. I need to get some made for the UK and Canada and Australia. I know Linda. Oh, what is a Zuni bear? Hold on. Oh, babe, if you hear me, can you come? Do you have one right there?
I
that you
don't.
can
I
show?
I don't know why. I guess, I use them up. Let me see if I have any.
All right. If you need to grab one, that's fine. They're also not like fussy and highly like detailed, so then you can impart your own design, color, story, whatever into the bead. And she makes beautiful polymer clay beads
Yeah, I
that
don't have one in
I
here,
love. I
unfortunately. I
know.
have some polymer clay, but nothing, no bears, which I was just looking at when I was like, oh, you should grab that.
I
No,
know.
did I?
My
Mm-mm.
husband has been helping me in here, and so things get put to the side. I had some here. I have some AA grade malachite ones that are like this big, but each one cost me like $6
Yeah.
because of like how high of quality they are. But yeah, I also love how, yes, you don't, if there's a mess, if there's whatever, do you know the box room thing I went to?
The what?
The box room thing that just got sent back and it has all the baggies in it. My husband has the nickname of Manna White because he comes and grabs things for me. Anyways, they're a very humble shape. I'll share one in the group, or like I said, Brittany has. If you go on her
Yeah.
page and her channel, you'll see
If you go
them.
to Turquoise Street
Um,
Beads, they're there. You can see what she's talking about. Turquoise Street Beads is
yes,
my website. Sorry that you're
yeah,
getting lines from the sun on my
it's
face.
all right. Yeah, I was glowing like a character from Cocoon, so it's okay. Until I had to turn off my light, so it's right.
Thanks, Brittany.
So beyond the like the polymer clay and whatever else, what are some of like your favorite techniques within jewelry?
What are my favorite what's within jewelry?
Techniques.
Techniques. Oh, um, well, obviously stringing. I love making, like, I like altering. So, altering everything. Like today during bead break with Brittany, I altered my beads by gluing some of these awesome solar quartz beads to some filigrees. I like painting things. I like buffing things. Changing your beads adds so much personality, but it also stretches your dollar, right? Like I can,
Yes.
yes, I buy a lot of beads. Like that's the thing I do, right? But not everybody can do that. But you
Right.
can, maybe you have a necklace that you don't want anymore that had old wood beads on it. Paint them, they look brand new, right? Paint a
Yeah.
stripe on something, highlight something. So maybe you have some tired beads that you're so sick of looking at, but you can refresh them. So altering things. I love mixed metals. And then bracelets. I love bracelets a lot. I haven't been making as many as I want to lately, although I did publish a video today making this bracelet. But I love making bracelets. They're my favorite.
Well, because those are for us.
Yeah.
Those are the thing we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Earrings and necklace, that's for other people to look at, but bracelets and rings are like our eye candy. So looks very good. And when was the first time that you tell us the first time you ever went to Tucson? Because I have yet to go, so I'm like interested about it, but yeah.
My first time ever going, I think, was 2019. Because I don't think at that point, because I had moved here in 2018, and that was a big draw, was the bead thing. Because I already knew about it, but I didn't really get it. And then 2019, I went in February the first year, and I don't think I knew that the September shows happened, or fall shows. And I remember I stayed one night, and back then it was like the most I'd ever spent on beads at one time. And I got like this, like I was just so happy. Like I was in there, like I got into the show and I was just like vibrating. I was so happy because of course I'd gone to bead shows in Ohio, right? But they were teeny tiny. I get into this bead show and I was just like overwhelmed. 6 years later, I'm still overwhelmed when I go to bead shows. So because now it's different. It's morphed for me. Like I know the sellers. I know like my beady friends are going to be there. So I'm like trying to coordinate with them. But then you see something new and it's that excitement starts all over again. Right. So, and then there are shows now that I can get into that I didn't get into before because I have resale license and tax
Right.
ID and things like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's something new every time I learn something new. And I just got back from Tucson last weekend. Had a blast. I was by myself, unfortunately.
I completely forgot that there was the fall one because
Yeah,
I was gonna try to go to that one because of my disabilities. I'm gonna have to go with my little like electric scooter.
yeah.
There's no way I'd be able to drive through it. So I wanted to go to the smaller one. Completely like slipped my mind. Cindy, thanks for letting her know. Yeah, you guys, any of Brittany's social media, website, all of that is in the description of this video.
Hmm.
So we put any way you can call her outside of her home address and phone number is linked below
Yeah.
because that's what we do. We need to build each other up. We already have to compete with men. There's no reason that we should all be like competing with each other. We should just lift each other up and help each other. And that's like my goal is just to bring a little bit more of that. And it's a lot of fun. I love when I see that people are meeting up in person or even just virtually, because there are a lot of people that deal with chronic pain within the beading world and they can't work. And that's how they bring in some sort of an income. So that's the other reason. I understand that. And not all of the other groups and whatever can you do that. So I just want it, which I understand because everybody needs to make money and do their thing and everything else. So not everybody can do all of that. But Beading Besties is self-moderated, 100% self-motivated. Other than approving membership requests, it's all exactly, Kim. Plenty of room for all. Oh, thanks, Terry.
That's one of the things I mention a lot on my channel, saying, you know, if you have accessibility issues, this is how you can change what I'm doing to fit what you can do. A lot
Yeah,
of my followers know that I've had a very rough year
I saw
in
that.
with
Yeah.
health. And one of the many things that are going on with me, I was diagnosed with uh, I can't remember the name, something neuropathy. And that's where my hands and my feet and my legs just don't want to work. They just don't want to work.
Yep.
And so sometimes it's really difficult for me to be like, oh, string this or turn this or curl that. And sometimes I just have to walk away. So I do today, you know, if you're having a tough time, walk away, come back when you can, or change something to change your approach. So I totally understand. And absolutely it is for everybody. I'm
Yeah, and
already.
like one of the things you can do is you can get wood beads that have a wider hole, and maybe you just use seed beads and decorate them and just go all around the outside of it. And then you have one of, I mean, obviously it's not a Jesse James bead, but it's close and you can put bead caps on it and you can make it yourself. And so yeah, it's great. So I know that your mom eventually moved out here with you, which is great. And you got your little fur baby who's at the end of every single one of your videos, which I think is awesome. What are some of your like favorite jewelry techniques?
Um, well, like I said, like mixed metal, mixed altered things. I do like leather a lot. I haven't been using it as much. Maybe I'll need to do something like that. Knotting. There's just so much to do in so little time. Like like I said, there's something always going on, always buzzing up
Right.
here. And unfortunately, I'm stuck in front of a cute computer for 40 plus hours a week. So
Right. Yeah.
that's one of my goals, though, is to retire and then just do whatever I want with my beads and my dog in my house. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
really want to, at that point, get to where I can just kind of hang out. Like, there's a lot going on, but I just really want to hang out with my beads and the dog.
That's what you say at the end of most videos. So it's adorable.
I don't know where she is.
Um,
She was just eating dinner. Goldie, you want to see your friends? She's hiding because she thinks I'm leaving because I'm still dressed up.
um,
So sometimes
gotcha.
she'll hide under the bed because I take her to Grammy's house, so she doesn't have to sit in the cage. But she thinks she can get out of me leaving if she hides, and I always trick her. But it's you know,
Oh no, I
it's
get it. My Sutton gets into my suitcase and will start throwing everything out of it. So like I'll put something and go to grab something, come back, and she's sitting in the middle of my suitcase and everything's outside of my suitcase. And I don't even leave that often, but yeah, it's fun. Um, so what do you see coming up in this next year for you? You said you wanted to get back into posting some more stuff, things of that nature. So yeah. Aw.
Well, there's stuff coming, but I don't really want to speculate on it because
Okay, that's fine.
there's secrets.
Yeah,
But
you have the opportunity to drop little bits.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. I love
One of the new
breadcrumbs.
things that I've been doing is selling on Whatnot on Tuesdays at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. I don't know that it'll stay on Tuesdays. This week it's going to be moved to Saturday because I'll be in Cleveland for the entire week. But that's fun, and it's a way for me to connect with people. Sometimes my shows are like 3 hours long, and I'm not
Wow.
saying that come you have to buy something. Like I never say that. Like just come and hang out and talk to me in the chat. I know Debbie does, Sarah does, Diana, lots of people, Sharon, everybody comes and hangs out, and you don't have to buy a thing. Just hang out and like talk to me. Like we
Yeah.
laugh there.
So
So
this is the newer concept, and I'm very much like, I've never made an Etsy account because they take too much, and I don't think it's fair. We already have to pay a higher price for all of our components and pieces outside of a larger conglomerate who can mass produce. So it was actually Cindy West who told me about what's not, and Cherry is saying, "What the hell is what's not?"
well, in the
Yeah.
description of both of these videos, if you're on my channel watching or if you're on Heather's channel watching, there's a link. That's my referral link. It's to Whatnot. Go in, sign up. You don't have to buy anything, but basically it's a new way of shopping. It's kind of like eBay, but live. So I have my show. I decide what's going to be in that show. And I'm usually selling beads and things, jewelry making supplies, but people sell jewelry, clothing, TV, like anything you could imagine, people are selling on Whatnot at some point in the day. So I just hold it up in front of the camera, say I start the price at some things start at $3, some things start at $5, some things start at 8 or 10. And then you bid on it. And if you win it, it goes into your bucket and then I ship it to you. The money comes out of your account right away for each item. So you're not having to wait for an invoice. You're not having to, pay through PayPal, comes off your credit card right away. So bid carefully, bid responsibly, but it's also super fun. You can get 2 or 3 things, but also get an entertainment. And you're seeing like what beads are out there. I'm giving you education on the beads during it too, because I'm talking about a lot of the stuff I'm selling on Whatnot. I'm destashing from my own stash. Some of it I have purchased just to sell on Whatnot. But I'm typically not selling the same things on Whatnot that I have in my store because I have less quantities of it. Also, I hate putting listings in my bead store. It's like takes up so much of my time. So I get to talk about them, play with the beads while I'm selling them this way. And it's a different way to connect with everybody. Like I said, you can just come and hang out and learn. You don't have to shop. It's really fun if you do, but I'll just go and watch a
No,
couple.
that's not right. Watching, I would love to learn more from you because I'm just getting into bone beads and African beads and
I'm
handmade metal beads by Ethiopia and like all of that stuff, which is amazing. So it's exciting to me to hear that you're doing that. Just in case, is it an app or a website?
on your laptop. Yeah.
Okay. Can you also download an app?
Yes, I sell through my phone, but I actually have my laptop going so and I do giveaways on every show. So you can, and you don't have to buy to win a giveaway. I do a buyer's giveaway at the end of the show for anybody who bought something. They get entered in if they have the opportunity to enter. But throughout the 3 hours, I give away 5 to 10 things, and it's just a bead strand. I'm just going to send you, maybe it's a strand of bicones, maybe it's 2 little leaf things, but you're getting some free just for hanging out with me. So it's fun.
Okay, and that's WHATNOT, right?
Yes,
Whatnot.
ma'am.
Okay, because I thought it was KNOT for the longest time, so that's good.
No, that's funny.
Yeah, so it's both a website as well as an app. So that's good, you guys. For those of you who aren't sure where to post things or sell your items, then you can obviously post it on there. And then, if you're having a sale, go put it on Beading Besties. Let us know that that's what when it is. And so Christine says 3mm bicones. That must be an inside joke because she has like
Yeah. I'm not a fan of tiny bicones, and pretty much everybody who watches my channel knows that. Sometimes, once in a while, I do really like a color, so I'll keep them, but I do give them away quite a bit.
so there's 3mm bicones in a bead box that's going out the window.
Yeah, they don't go out the window. They go in another box, and I send them to people who I know are going to use them. So right. I'm sorry, I'm like looking for this link because I want to put it in the chat.
It did not work for me. Okay.
Give me one.
She's gonna put it up there, Heather. Oh, look, there's another Heather. Welcome. I'm excited to see all the new people. This is awesome, you guys. I love to see all of you. Like I said, I don't care. You don't even have to have a YouTube channel. If you want to come on and you are okay with us talking about your jewelry journey and you maybe want to demonstrate something, please reach out to me. It's very easy. It doesn't just have to be a content creator. I think that there are so many talented people on here, and it would be a way to highlight your own accounts, your own pages, your whatnot sales. So if you ever did want to come on, just reach out to me. My email is the same thing that this channel's name is, and that's titistrinketsandtreasures@gmail.com. So I try to keep it easy. Oh, Linda's with you. She doesn't like bicones of any size.
Well, good job, Linda, because I actually do like the big ones, but like the little ones, I just got so sick of seeing them every month in Bargain Bead Box, and I was just like people laugh at me, but I'll like throw them while I'm like, I don't even say them. I just like, okay, and then just throw them across the room.
I love when you don't like the beads because you are honest, and I know that I'm going to get like an honest reaction out of you when I go on and watch your unboxings, because you don't hold anything back, which I greatly appreciate, because I hate hearing the, oh, look, how beautiful. Isn't this stuff? And I'm like, no, it's not. So why are you saying that?
Yeah.
So I appreciate your honesty
in a way that's still respectful, but there are things like, I remember there was a bead company who you could tell during the pandemic, their quality just went right. And I was mad. I was like, I spent a lot of money on this subscription because I bought a whole year's worth. And I said, there's no reason for me to be getting plastic scratched pearls in a bead box. And eventually they were like, you're right. They reached out to me. What can we do to fix it? And I was like, just stop sending me these garbage plastic pearls. And they were like, okay. And they never sent another plastic pearl. And it's really nice hearing that they listen to feedback. Like Sam and Rachel, they said, we listen to everyone you put out because we value your feedback. And that makes me happy. It's not that I am some expert on beads, but I think I'm a person who will raise the flag. And a lot of us bead ladies and bead gentlemen think the same way about quality, right? So yes, my voice is a little bit louder because I have so many people who watch my channel, but it doesn't mean my opinion's more
valuable than your own.
Yeah, it's not more valid. It's not more important than anybody else's. I'm like speaking up for people. Now, yes, I get sponsors, but I'm not going to promote a bead that I don't like. And even with curated bead box, you'll see me, I'm like, I don't really like this. Like, or this is not really what I would want, but I'll show you how I can change it. So, because, we have these beads, we're not just going to chuck them in the bin, right? We're going to keep them. Let's change them into something we like. And that's something that's a challenge sometimes too.
Yeah. And I greatly appreciate your honesty. Like I said, it's not always clear out there, and you're like, whatever. Like, I don't like a bead that's stuck on a glass bead because it's like lipstick on a pig. Like, I like a bead if it's like a beautiful, yes, a beautiful glass or crystal bead with AB on. Now when they slap it on just to try to, send it to you as if it's like a higher quality bead than what it is. I can't stand any of that. But yes, your honesty and your wit. Aww. Look at that.
Aw, thank you, Tara K. Tara K's been with me for a long time. Her comments,
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I read every comment that comes in. I might not be able to answer it. And I do get a giggle out of Tara K's almost every single time because she's funny.
Right.
But even the ones that we don't feel like reading, I read. I might delete some comments because my channel, I can do what I want, right? But
Right.
I also get nasty a little. Like if you leave me a nasty comment, I might leave you a nasty comment and then I'll delete both of our comments. But I make it so that they'll see the comment first and then I delete it.
Yep, they'll get the email with what you said, but then it's bye-bye. Yeah, no, got it. Maisha loves the pendant you're wearing.
Thank you. I just made this on Bead Break with Brittany today on JTV. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, there's a link to watch the replay. So these are available through JTV, and I'm actually wearing these gorgeous quartz, and the back of the necklace is shell. So I had a lot of fun making that today.
I also appreciate that you do that. You like to do beading and you love stringing, and you're like me, you don't want to hear somebody say just stringing, because it's not just stringing. Just stringing can be harder than doing wire wrapping or doing this or doing that, because it's all bead. But you showed me that there are ways to do the back of the neck, because it's a sensitive place for me pain wise, so feeling the bead. So leather or chain for the last couple inches, that was one of the techniques that I learned from you early on. And it's great that you're honest, because I never had to worry about whether or not you were putting on for a company. I knew exactly what you thought, and it was nice, and it's
hasn't gotten me in trouble. I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen.
Oh no, because there's nothing wrong with you sticking up for yourself.
Well, sometimes they don't like it, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Right, exactly. There's so many other YouTube channels, go watch them. You do not need to watch us and put a nasty comment just for the sake of putting a nasty comment. So just go on. Okay, so yes, this is easy. I've been looking for JTV for it. How do you what? That's something I don't even know. How do you watch JTV? And how does that work? Because I don't know.
I would really recommend following me on Facebook in two different places I'm at. I have a Facebook page for my business. It's called Brittany Chavers Studio. Go there. Every Sunday I post a link to the show a couple hours before it goes live. Or in Brittany's Beads on Facebook. If you join it, you do have to answer the questions. I will not approve you if you don't answer the questions, because it's just me thing. But you can also go to jtv.com/extra, and all of the JTV extra shows are there. There are other live streamers who sell jewelry, but there are only a few of us who sell jewelry making items. And then I make pieces using the beads that I'm selling during that show. So it's free. You can watch the replay. I think it's available for either from 2 weeks to 30 days, but it's fun, and we have a blast. Sometimes I come in, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm making today. It's today I didn't even know what beads I was using until 2 hours beforehand. So somebody was like, how do you come up with these ideas? And I said, it's panic, pure panic.
Yeah, right. Exactly. How come it didn't get put up? I was like, I just put it in the comments. Oh, probably because I'm not logged in on my account.
Oh. Yeah, Sarah, you just go to jtv.com/extra, and then you can always see the links on my Facebook page. Yeah, Ken, I love JTV too.
I'm trying to figure
out. Debbie says, one of the things when I'm making an earring and I kind of mess up or it doesn't look exactly like it's bestie, they're sisters, not twins. It goes for eyebrows too.
Exactly. It was because I was logged into my personal account, not my business account. So I'm gonna go try to share that your videos live. Here we go.
Is that better?
Why?
It's getting a little dark here in Arizona, so
Right? Okay. If it can't come up, I will post it later because I found the link to your studio page. So that's good. Yes, they are sisters, not twins. Totally learned that from you. Absolutely.
I
It's one
learned
of
that
the things
from like the eyebrows thing, and I was like, oh, that applies to earrings.
right? And it does. It really, really does. So I have a list of questions that I like to ask all of my guests. It's inspired by Inside the Actors Studio,
Okay.
which what do you know what I'm talking about? Where they like ask the 10 questions or so. Yeah.
I
So
think so. I don't know that I've ever sat through an entire episode, but yeah.
yeah. So he does it at the end. So I used it as like inspiration for the BD version. So, first one is what is your favorite gemstone?
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. What is your least favorite gemstone?
You know, it used to be unakite. I don't hate it now. I see, like after, okay, so that came along with working with JTV because I have a show planner and I'm promoting things that I like, but also things that they tell me that I need to promote. And I have to make jewelry with this stuff. And I was like hating on this gemstone. And then after using it and I'm like made some cool jewelry with it. I was like, oh, it wasn't the gemstone. It was my brain. I don't think I have a stone that I hate now. I love them all. I love them all.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Okay. It's a very cringy answer, but kindness. And uh spiritually is kindness. What were the other two? Creatively.
Creatively or emotionally? Yeah.
Yeah, so spiritually and emotionally, definitely kindness. And because you know, we're not always the most kind to ourselves. So when somebody's like actually kind to me, I'm like it's like, oh really? Like it just kind of floors me. And you know, I'm in a place where I'm not like I can go to the grocery store, right, and not be recognized. But if I go to a bead show, odds are somebody's going to recognize me, right? And it happened a couple times in Tucson. So like last weekend, and when it happened, I saw Sylvia and Karina. I was just like, every time it happens, it's so weird. And but they're always so kind, and that just makes me happy too. I think
Oh,
that's a
I
part.
literally was walking into Bernie's and I hear a lady at the door go, tell Heather I said hi, da 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 da. And I'm like, surely she's not talking about me. And then she turns around and sees me and comes running up, like hugging me, like we were best friends. And I had no idea who she was. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then, like, at the very, like, she gave Steve a hug too. And then at the very end, she goes, oh, you probably don't know me, but I watch your channel. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Uh,
I had
I don't
no
remember if
idea.
Cindy
So,
was there, but I
Teresa.
think my friend Deb was there. I was, and this is me saying this lovingly, accosted in the casino parking lot. Two women. I was loading beads into my trunk in the parking garage, and I hear somebody scream, "That's Brittany!" And then I look over, and these women are fighting to get out of their minivan, and like they're literally like grasping everything, trying to get out of this minivan, and I'm just standing there looking like, what is happening? And
Who is
then all of
this?
a sudden, two women are flying at me and grabbed me. I was like, okay, okay. And I'm not a hugger, but like when I'm out in public, I'll handle it. And I was like, hello, I will never forget
So
those
little,
two
so
ever.
little.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
never forget those two women for the rest of my life. But it was funny. And that was like, now it happens more often. But
Right.
those are the things creatively, or I'm sorry, emotionally and spiritually, and then creatively, like art, beads, colors, having the autonomy to do whatever I want with a bead instead of like a project planned. That really gets my mind going, like just possibilities. I think that's the problem. That's why I also am a bead hoarder, because there are so many possibilities with every bead I see. I'm like, Mom, you can come. You're coming home with me. That meme where Homer's picking up the pig and he's like, "You're coming home with me." That's what I say about the beads. So,
Yeah. Well, see, yeah, I say that I have bead FOMO. If I don't try each option, I may be missing the best one.
yeah.
And so I'm like, I have bead FOMO. I'm like, fear of missing out. I don't want to miss out on that amazing design if it'll be it. But yeah, I know what I like. Like what I like takes longer. What I don't like, it's like, nope. Like I know that. It's like, yeah.
Mhm.
What turns you off?
Um, misappropriate, not, like, things that are not appropriately priced. Like I'll spend money on a bead if it's appropriately priced. Now, if you're just trying to rip me off because you think I don't know what I'm talking about, that's when we're gonna have a problem. I will pay, like I've paid a lot of money for one strand of beads before because I knew they were worth it. You can't get them somewhere else for cheaper, like hand carved. I'll put money on beads, but like if you're trying to charge me $10 for a glass bead that I know was made in, a factory by a machine, like I at this point know a lot about beads. So you can't really trick me. That's the kind of philosophy I use too with my bead shop. I could put crazy prices on my bead shop and I know people would buy them, but I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person who allows you to get beads where get beads that you can't really get your hands on and otherwise, and get them to you for a good price. So, there's things ranging in my shop from $2 up to $100, and it's all appropriately priced. So,
Yeah, that's it. Colors get colors. That's what gets me going. And yes, I want to do something with all of them, but hold up to my eyes said, yep, that's it. Exactly. And Kim says, yes. So yes, it's great. Okay.
hey,
What
Rose.
is your favorite curse word? Because I know we let them fly in the middle of a project when
Well,
we
thankfully, I've
just
never
can't
let
get
it
it right.
slip on my channel. But the bad one, I use the
F
big one.
word?
Yeah, I use the
Yeah.
big one all the time.
Yeah.
If
That's
I'm
what
not
we
on
get it.
camera, it's the only person I really don't say that in front of or to, and this is funny, is my dad. And it slipped out one time, was on Facebook or FaceTime the last time I talked to him, and he was just like, "That came out fast." I was, "Dad, I'm 40." And he was like, "Yeah, forget that." And
Yeah,
he was like, "But it came out so fast." And I was like, he was like, "But it was really funny because I said it in a way that was really funny." So I was like, he's the only really the only person on the planet that I don't swear in front of because he makes a big deal about it. But yeah.
yeah. What jewelry technique do you love the most?
The most? Well, I don't know. Oh, I do the most is stringing, but probably anything with leather, like knotting, like that's fun. You know what? I really don't. I can't choose. I can't choose.
Yeah, that's good. Which one do you hate though? So you're like, yep,
Bead
not
beating.
doing that
Ugh.
again.
No, I'm not a bead beaver. No. Ugh.
But
Yuck.
we're on the same thing. I send more flying than is necessary
I won't
to
even
do
start.
the piece. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's ridiculous. If I have to go through it like over and over and over again, really, I would have been done one time if I hadn't done this. Kim Evans says, yes, leather. She is the 4 weeks leading up to Father's Day. I did a men's design every single day for 4 weeks. So 28 days of men's supplies or men's designs, and they were different every single day. And I learned how to macrame before I got into it via jewelry. And so I love it. And Kim is a huge fan of anything leather obsessed. She loves it because, like me, I like the juxtaposition of putting leather with pearls. It's the masculine femininity, like back and forth, kind of in one piece, which is so much fun. So, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I already said
Sydney
that one.
hangs out
Okay.
with me in real life. She knows Julie and I like that F word.
Yeah, and she hangs out with us too. I adore her. She was the one who was like, Deb, ask Brittany. They'll do it, which I knew Deb would because we are part of like this group chat with Sam's Bead Shop. And as soon as she found out that I lived in Arizona in Mesa, I had a friend request from her like that. she was like, yep, here we go. And so, which I love, because that's the way I am. I'm like, come on. So if money was no object, what gemstone or gemstones would you use as countertops in your house?
Um,
I don't know that you could get turquoise, hon.
no, I don't think I would want turquoise. I'm like the quintessential millennial. Like I want white everything because I grew up with my parents who had all these crazy colors, all the wallpaper everywhere, like stuff everywhere all the time. So I just like neutrals. Right now I have quartz countertops. So I like them. They're white.
Oh, she's like, I like the ones I have. I have a dream of getting a bead making machine and pick. My husband works construction, and new construction. So he'll be like, babe, you wouldn't believe the countertop. These people just closed on their house. They came in, they ripped out the countertop was in there and replaced it. There's a brand new countertop sitting in the dumpster, and I'm like, oh, the beads I could make with that. That's like one of my goals. Like I would love to be able to go on and like grab all of these different countertops and repurpose them
Yeah.
because I know we would all, it wouldn't matter if it's granite or marble or quartz or whatever, we would all design with it. So why is it in the garbage? But yeah.
Beth says
Okay.
I'm getting turquoise. Don't tell me I can't. I love that. Manifest it.
Absolutely. Beth is my bead mama. She's the best. You would adore her. So oh, look at that, Lynn. Brittany, you're great at everything. Aw.
Lynn's been with me for a long time.
Oh, there's Gloria too. Hello, everybody. What did Anastasia say? See how it is that I have the same gemstone and I use source. Absolutely. Okay, that is something that's really important, Anastasia. That's another thing that I like to do. I like to make like 3 versions of the same design. And this one has the 18 karat gold plated. It has the like plated designs, whatever. And then you go down to the next and you go there. And then the third one is the less expensive one. And I love to do that to show that you can, because it's funny because I've done it at shows, and more times than not, they will go for the most expensive because if it's expensive, it's got to be better, right? But it also gives those who can't afford the better the option. It gives them options as a show. At a show, they can look through it, they can pick different things. So that's what these I like to do.
I actually
What
say
is
that about not just jewelry itself, but like the beads that I'm using. I'll be like, hey, here's an agate strand. This can be replaced for this, or
yep.
here's the glass pearls if you can, So it's really nice that there's different levels that you can buy at.
Yes. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you enter there?
I don't know. That's one I haven't really thought about. Probably like, here's all the dogs that you ever had, and here's all the beads you ever wanted. Those are the 2 things.
Amen. Amen. Oh, I missed one. What is your favorite piece you've ever made and why?
I really don't think I have one because I've made so much jewelry. I can't even tell you, like thousands of pieces of jewelry. And
Right.
unless sometimes I will remember every single one if I can see it, but they're in drawers or they're out in the world or something like that. So I don't know. I have a couple turquoise necklaces that I really like, but I'm also cyclical in that, like, I'll wear something for like 6 weeks in a row and then I won't touch it for 2 years. So
Yeah,
it's really
I go
hard.
through phases with designing. It's stringing and then it's wire wrapping, then it's leather. I kind of like go through the rotation of, once a year or whatever. That's just the way that I am because I don't like being stuck on like one thing because A, that's boring to me, and B, it's going to be boring to anybody else. But yes, they're all her favorites, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's some that I
Brittany
don't
said,
like, but
yeah,
there's many more that I do.
she said Brittany may be at least a niece to me. LOL.
I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. They're great. We're part of a little group chat that we have called the Platinum Ladies, because I said that we were like a mix of the Pink Ladies and Golden Girls. And so I was like, we'll be the Golden Ladies. And they're like, we're platinum. I'm like, all right, I hear you. I see you.
Right.
We got it. We're good to go. Everything else. So, if you could tell a new person anything, just to like that's just started, what would
Just
it
do it.
be?
That's one of my favorite quotes. I know it's Nike and it's overdone, but just do it. You don't have to be an expert right away. There is so much information that it's overwhelming just thinking about starting, right? So just look at what you like, look at what you have, and just make something, and then take it apart and make it again. Or there's another one. If you're like stuck and your creativity's gone, make 100 things. You don't have to actually make it, but just lay out 100 earrings, lay out 100 bracelets. You don't have to make them, but it's just start somewhere. Make a pair of earrings. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be crappy. Your wire wraps are going to not be great, but guess what? My wire wraps sucked for years and I was so scared to make any. So, because I thought people would be like, oh, that looks like crap, just keep trying, because now my wire wraps look good and I teach other people how to do them. So you're not going to be an expert right away. I literally still think of myself as a beginner with so many different things in polymer clay, in bead making, in jewelry making, in bead buying. Like, I know a lot about certain things, but then new things pop up. I don't know a lot about antique or vintage African beads. That's something I really want to learn more about. I don't know a lot about native jewelry. That's something I want to learn more about. So we're all beginners in certain places. Just do it. Just start wherever you can. Yeah. Debbie
Absolutely.
said that I taught her not to be so critical of herself. Yeah, I'm a person who constantly second guessed myself. And, if you have the just do it or the just forget about it mentality, sometimes
Right.
that's the best thing that you can do. And your creativity is coming out like, okay, I'm using the expensive bead. That's one thing I learned from my friend Julie is, okay, you bought it, use it, and instead of like just being scared to use this bead that costs a lot of money, so what? You can take it apart. You can buy another one, so that when I stopped thinking about the cost, because at that point I was selling jewelry. So that was a big thing,
Mhm.
and moved
Yeah.
into, this is my hobby. This is what brings me joy. This is what sparks my creativity. That's when I was just like, okay. And then I think about the cost later when if I'm pricing it, because I don't really sell my jewelry. That might be
Right.
something that's coming up in 2026, but it's hard
Yeah.
for me to get rid of stuff.
And it is. And unless you put it out there, you might as well just put it together if you like it. If you don't, then you can add up the price. And bead collecting is completely different than jewelry making.
Two different hobbies.
One, two completely different hobbies. Absolutely.
Kim said
Like
it
we're
best.
gonna
You
do
saving it for
more.
later? You taking it with you? No. Use the
Exactly.
bead. Somebody
That's
else in
Sarah
30 years can take it off the necklace you made.
Yeah, that's Sarah Lovecraft's like at the beginning of the year. She said, this is the year, just use it. What's the point of having nice china if it's only in a cabinet? What is the point of because it's the nicks and breaks that tell the story, not the perfect plate itself.
Yeah.
Like if
Angel,
you chip grandma's china, there's a story behind that. And if somebody points it out, it's going to jog something in your memory to tell. And then it's just, then the world loses out. Like Angel says, why did you stop selling your jewelry journey? Or Brittany, sorry.
it's because Etsy, it was my only avenue was Etsy, and they
Mm.
just completely changed the algorithm, and my sales overnight basically went from, okay, I can make a living out of this, to um what do I do? What do I do? So I had
Yeah.
to get it down. And then I just was like kind of just disenchanted for a little bit about it. And then I started making jewelry that I really, 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 really loved, and I didn't want to sell it. And I
Yeah.
did. And when I was a seller, I was making so many of this. It felt like Amazon or like a factory, and I don't like making
Mhm.
the same piece over and over again. And it's very difficult to photo list all my jewelry that I'm making if it's not the same. So that costs more, right? Um,
Right.
but I want to move into a space where I don't have to work 40 hours a week for my regular day job or for jewelry making or for, YouTube or whatever. So I might start selling some of my pieces, but nicer pieces, like with big African beads or things I've sourced. You asked something that's coming down the pike. I have so many, hold on, of these awesome, cool pieces that I picked up this year. So I'm going to be making some really big, crazy.
I love your chunky jewelry though. I love it.
Mask. Like that's going to go on a necklace at some point. Like this mask is going to go on a necklace. Look at this. This one's Guatemalan. It's hand carved and hand painted. It's a monkey. So that'll be a big.
It goes perfect with your outfit.
These are not for the faint of heart, but I've got these nice Mexican. So these are bigger pieces that when I have time to design with will be going into my bead shop because I can't keep all of them, but like they're going to be those big, crazy pieces.
Yeah, I want to start some kind of place for makers that there's a monthly fee. That's it. It doesn't matter if you post 100 pieces or one piece a month. The fee is exactly the same. There is no like posting cost and then highlighting cost. And then we get this cut. And then it's like, oh, you want to promote it? That's more money. Like if you're running a company where the whole point is for people to post things and sell them, why are you charging for that? Like every single one, especially when they're asking for a percentage and this and that. And so I have never stopped an Etsy store because of that. That's why I was asking. That's why Whatnot is so intriguing to me because Cindy told me that you're doing really well there, that it's a lot of fun. And so that's all. Oh, Tina said she would love one of those as a cup bracelet somehow. Oh,
it's gonna knock somebody out if you hit them with that.
Yeah. Well, my husband knows, like, do not go to K's. Do not go, like, dude, if you want to hit Brittany up or Deb up or Beth up and buy me a piece of theirs, by all means do that. Otherwise, we have what we call anniversary strands. Like, and he bought me some of the most beautiful beads for Christmas. He got me like fire agate bead, full strand, and like all of this stuff. So he's a goodie, but yeah. How big of a cut does What's Not take? If you don't, I don't know.
So they have a percentage. They get a certain amount, and then the credit card company, like transaction fees, and then you get a one-time fee for every single swipe. So it's like 11%, I think, and then a 30-cent fee on each sale.
See, that's the stuff that drives me crazy. Like you want me to sell.
Buyers pay for their shipping, and I think it's like up to a certain point, then it's flat rate. So
cool.
It's not coming out of anything that you're selling, and they get their stuff fast too. So.
Oh, that's good. Well, I appreciate you explaining all of that. Was there anything you want to talk about what's coming other than what you've already shared?
More Whatnot. I am having, so I'm trying to think. Okay, I'll share this. I haven't shared this anywhere else. I am going to Chicago next month at the end of the month, and I am doing a weekend show. So I'll be doing a show Friday and a show Saturday on Whatnot, specifically that's only check glass. And it's from a warehouse in Chicago, and it's going to be stuff that you really can't, like, it's been in this warehouse for a long time. So we're going to be getting our hands on some yummy stuff. And I wanted to choose like the right time to start sharing it. So I'm really excited. It's going to be the weekend, October 24th and 25th. Those are going to be the days of the show. Everything's going to ship the 26th, which is a Sunday, but like before I fly back out to Arizona, I'm very excited. And then while I'm there, I will also be buying stuff for Turquoise.Street. So I'm hoping to get some stock to make kits. So I make the jewelry on air, and then you guys can go either buy the kits or buy pieces at Turquoise.Street Beads. So I'm really excited. There's going to be a lot of promotion coming up for these Whatnot shows. That's why I put the link in the description. And it was one of those things that I saw myself making excuses to not go, right? I was like, oh, I don't have time, because the original invite was in September. And I was like, I can't go. I have a doctor's appointment. I have travel. I can't go. And then I was like, hey, what if we try October? And they're like, yeah, come on out. And, you know, this is the year, it's starting to be the year of yes for me. So I'm not going, of course, I'm not going to choose to do things that are not things that align with my beliefs or values, but things that will help me get to my goals. That's what I'm saying with the year of yes. So.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to have you post those so you get a little bit more coverage. And if any of you guys aren't a member of Beading Besties, I'd love to have you. It belongs to the beading community. As with Brittany, there are membership questions that have to be answered, but they're there to keep it a safe place to be, a safe place. You're not going to get spammed. You're not going to get taken advantage of, or where you pay for things. All of those things help to create a safer, healthier experience within the group. So we'd love to help all of you. Brittany, I really appreciate you coming on. I know I'm a smaller channel, but
I'm excited to be here. We talk about beads. I'm in.
Yeah, but yeah, still very excited, and I'm glad that you were here. I think that both of our audiences had a great time tonight, that it was educational and entertaining at the exact same time, which is the goal of things like this. So that is the address to Brittany's Turquoise shop. So you can go on there. Is that your affiliate link for them?
The Whatnot, that was my link to sign up for Whatnot. It is, I don't know that it's an affiliate link, but it'll get you to Whatnot and you'll be able to see my,
okay, cool. All right. Again, thank you very much. I hope you guys all had a great time. Thank you for coming. And as always, happy beading.
Bye, everybody.